In this tutorial, we're going from an empty Unreal Engine level to a fully animated Echoluma BeatSync lighting setup. We'll cover controllers, playback, steps, movement, light effects, and multi-step sequencing while keeping everything beginner-friendly and fast to set up. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a dynamic lighting scene ready for cinematics, environments, or music visualization. Now, let's build our first Echoluma setup from a blank level. Create a cube to use as a simple floor. Scale it up, then reset its location to 0. Now head into the Echoluma BeatSync folder, open Blueprints, then Lights, and drag an Echoluma spotlight into the scene. Position it, then duplicate it a few times. To really see the spotlight beams, we'll add an exponential height fog actor. Enable volumetric fog, then increase the fog intensity. Next, drag in the Echoluma light controller from the controllers folder. This is where we will design the light show. Inside the controller's details panel, locate controlled lights and add your lights in the order you want offsets to behave. The order matters as Echoluma uses these indexes when calculating offset-based behaviors. Now let's configure the rest of the playback control settings. First, set the BPM value. This controls the rhythm speed that drives the entire sequence. Leave the mode set to auto for now. Auto mode will select the appropriate behavior for us. Enable start on begin play so the controller automatically starts running when the level begins, and then enable loop so the sequence keeps cycling continuously instead of stopping after a single pass. Now scroll down, and we arrive at the heart of Echoluma BeatSync, Echoluma steps. This is where you define things like intensity, color, movement, effects, and transitions. Next, let's look at step pattern. This setting controls which beats actually execute during the step. Each pattern index represents a beat slot. If the value is set to true, the beat is triggered. If it's set to false, that beat is skipped. The duplicate pattern button extends the current pattern by duplicating the existing rhythm automatically. This gives you direct rhythmic control over how each step behaves. Instead of firing every beat uniformly, you can create pauses, syncopation, staggered pulses, or more complex rhythmic structures. By default, pulses trigger instantly, but envelope settings let you shape how the light behaves over time. You can create softer fades, sharper hits, smoother transitions, or more organic motion, depending on the energy you want. Next, let's shape the actual appearance of the lights using the light look settings. Light offsets control timing differences between the controlled lights. Instead of every light triggering at the exact same moment, offsets create delayed execution between them. Hit values control how the light looks during active beat execution. Inside the Advanced section, you'll also find dim values. These settings control the light state between pulses, allowing you to create anything from fully black idle states to softer, persistent ambient glow. Echoluma also supports automatic color behaviors for generating dynamic color variation during playback. So far, we've been shaping how the lights look and behave rhythmically. Now let's add motion. The movement section allows Echoluma lights to animate automatically during playback, giving the sequence a much more dynamic and cinematic feel. Depending on the selected movement behavior, you can control things like pan, tilt, roll, movement patterns, and targeting behavior directly inside the step itself. Some movement modes can also use a focus actor, allowing the lights to orient or move relative to a specific point in the scene. Under the Advanced section, you'll also find additional controls for movement timing, speed scaling, and target behavior. Next, let's look at light effects. This section adds additional visual effects on top of the base lighting behavior. The strobe effect creates rapid flashing pulses, which can instantly push the sequence toward a more energetic style. Light effects also supports masking, allowing textures to shape and break up the light output. Different mask textures can completely transform the atmosphere, and Echoluma includes 12 built-in mask texture presets. Additional texture controls let you manipulate the mask behavior directly. Now let's combine these systems into multiple steps. So far, we've been working with a single Echoluma step, but the real power of the system comes from combining multiple steps together into evolving lighting sequences. To create a second lighting state, press the plus button next to Echoluma steps. For the second step, I'll use a different pattern, enable automatic colors, and choose a different movement preset. I'll also move this step to the top of the array so it becomes the first step in the sequence. You can reorder steps at any time by simply dragging them within the array. This makes it easy to insert new steps between existing ones or rearrange the sequence without rebuilding it. Finally, I'll add a few more steps with different values to complete the show. As you've seen, creating new lighting sequences is often as simple as changing a handful of values. By combining simple changes in patterns, colors, movement, and effects, you can create rich, evolving light shows that are both fast to build and easy to iterate on. And that's the core workflow behind Echoluma BeatSync. Starting from a completely empty scene, we built a fully animated lighting sequence using playback control, step patterns, movement systems, and layered light effects. This is only the beginning of what the system can do. And in the upcoming tutorials, we'll dive deeper into advanced sequencing, movement behaviors, audio synchronization, sequencer workflows, and more. Thanks for watching, and welcome to Echoluma BeatSync.